Frage, wie ich da rüberkomme.
Move some of this stuff. Okay, because that's a little uncomfortable. Okay.
Buenas.
Buenas.
I'm sitting here with Alexander Ferrar, and he's an author, a painter, and like he also owns this beautiful restaurant here in Antigua. And yeah, we will tell you why he decided to come to Antigua and why he decided to stay here. So that's actually my first question.
Okay. Well, the reason I came to Antigua is I was researching Guatemala anyway for a future book, and I met a con artist. I didn't know she was a con artist. I found this out later. What she did was she seduced me, and we were going together for a little while, and she told me that she had a day spa here in Antigua, Guatemala, and she was the half owner of it, and she had a beautiful life and blah blah blah, and she convinced me to move down here to be with her. But the real reason that she wanted me to come is because she had read my books, and she knew that I had this knight in shining armor complex where I just have to help people, and she thought that I would kill her psychotic ex-boyfriend.
Oh wow.
Who was beating her up and all this stuff, and like he'd beat her up and say, "I'll stop beating you up if you come back to be with me," right? And of course, the knight in shining armor and me kicked in, and they're like, "I'll take care of this." But then I found out that they were not exes; they were together still, and she was using me because she wanted me to kill him, so that she could take over his cocaine business.
Wow, shit.
Right, and she was also in this organized crime ring of credit card cloners from Mexico. So I got disgusted and broke up with her, and she started sending these junkies after me. Like, all right, we're gonna beat him up and drive him out of Antigua.
Oh.
And that is what my 10th book is about.
Okay.
It's called Just Plain Trouble. And I'm very proud of it. It's very popular.
Cool.
But
We have to read it.
you do have to.
Yeah.
Also, her psychotic boyfriend put a gun to my head.
Yes.
Put a gun to my head and told me that I had 24 hours to get out of Antigua or I was dead. And I didn't leave. And I did something to make him leave instead.
Okay. Cool.
And that's in the book.
Cool. Yeah. So we gotta have to read it.
It's a bit of fun. So, after all of this happened, I was going to be here for only 3 months, right? And during that time, she had stolen all of my money. She told me, "Don't put your money in a bank because they'll steal it. Keep it in your luggage, hidden." And then she just went through my luggage until she found it and took it. And so I was here, I had my plane ticket back. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I had my plane ticket back, but I did not have any money to change my plane ticket to earlier, so I was stuck here for 3 months. And then just all I have to do is survive 3 months, and then I can get out of here. But then, while I was here, I had to make some money, and as an artist, I started painting a bunch of pictures and selling them around town. And we started doing these extravaganza art shows, my girlfriend and I, and we would go to new restaurants and bars places that really wanted publicity.
Oh.
We're like, hey, we'll put on an art show in your place, and in exchange, you have our art on the wall and you sell it for us, and we'll give you a commission. And the shows had belly dancing, live music, all kinds of stuff, and all these other artists besides me that we were promoting. And it took off, and it went really, really well. It made a lot more money than I expected. And I really have always wanted to have my own art gallery restaurant, and we got enough money for me to open it. And this place was born. And we're about to celebrate our 10th anniversary
Oh, wow. Cool.
in March, yeah.
Cool.
Thank
awesome.
you.
So you're here 10 years now.
11.
11.
11.
Wow.
It took 1 year to write the book that I came down here to research anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then the rest is history.
So, did you ever thought of going back until like all this stuff happened? I know you had your flight ticket back, so you have been back for sure. But
I have gone back. I've traveled an awful lot since then, but not for more than several weeks.
Okay.
And because I really love this city. There's something about this city, and I've written about it in books. And all of the people of Antigua, the people that were born here, they don't feel this. They think, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But the over 3,000 people from other countries that came here just to visit for 3 months, like me, and then never left. There's over 3,000 of us in this city alone, and there's a bunch of others in the rest of the country.
Oh, wow.
To us, it's like Never Never Land. This city, there's something about it, but time stops here. And your wider social and political consciousness ebbs away. And you just forget about this other country where you used to live, where you had these families and friends. That just fades away. If it wasn't for Facebook and Skype, you would not keep in contact with them at all, because this is your home now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have left, say, okay, well, it's time for me to go home. It's time for me to go back to wherever. And they are gone maybe a week, 2 at the most, and they come back and go, I don't know how I used to live there. I don't know how I used to hang out with those people. It's just your mind completely changes in this city. It's beautiful.
Next question.
Yeah.
Do you always wanted to become an author or a painter? Like.
Yes. When I was a little boy, I wanted to be an author, a painter, and a restaurateur.
Super. That's
And
awesome.
because I worked hard, I was able to become all 3 of those things, and I'm living my dream. I'm very, very
Super.
satisfied.
That's good. Was it hard to get into the industry? I don't know how it is to write books. Like, how do you sell them, or like how is
Okay.
it?
I do a lot of research first so that I can teach you something very interesting within the plot of the book, but it's because I have stories to tell. I have these voices that are in my head, and they're talking all the time, and they are heroes and villains and damsels in distress and strong women that have to save the day, and they all have their story to tell, and if I don't tell their story, it will be chattering in my mind and driving me nuts.
So, what's your personal target? Is there something that you still want to reach? Like.
Yes. The other thing that I have had to do since I was little was get into film.
Okay.
I have been in a few minor films, but I really, really, really have to direct. I have to write and direct and produce great films, because I feel there are way too many movies that are pandering to the lowest common denominator. They recycle the same plots over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, how many times are we going to watch The Prince and the Pauper
Yeah.
retold?
Yeah.
Okay, we got these 2 people and they trade places. It's been done to death.
Totally true. There are so many stories that already been told, so I'm excited to see something from you.
Thank you. It'll be non-formulaic and character-driven. I can guarantee you that.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, what's your passion? Why do you love what you do? Why do you do what you do? Like, what's like...
Try to come up with as many different things that are brand new, that nobody has ever imagined, and not just to be the first to do it, but to stimulate the imaginations of our clients so that they go home, usually to their own country, and go, listen, my imagination was really stimulated in this one place, and I want to try and do this. And people say, oh my God, you're amazing, you can write, you can paint, you can... You can too.
Yeah,
anybody
sure.
can do what I do. Specialization is for insects.
Then, yeah, let's get a little bit more private.
Okay.
Easy questions. For which things in your life are you thankful?
I'm very, very grateful for all of the blessings that I've had in my life. I have had way too many, I can't say second chances because I don't know how many I've had. I got killed in 2002, and I was dead for a little while, and I came back to life. I awoke in a hospital. I had amnesia, and little by little, my memory came back.
Okay.
And the memories that came back were of how I'd acted before, how I treated people. I felt very, very embarrassed at how I'd acted, and I resolved that I would never act that way again. I thought, I am going to make a concentrated effort to be good, and so do good works as often and as frequently as I can.
So what happened if I'm going to ask you that?
I intervened in a murder. One very large man was going to kill an old man.
Okay.
And I intervened on behalf of the old man, and I got killed instead.
Okay. Wow. A lot. What was the best compliment someone ever gave to you? Like about your books or maybe your style? I don't know, like, or painting. I don't know.
When people tell me that my restaurant serves the best food they've ever eaten in their lives, or the book that they've read really touched them and it completely changed their worldview, like reversed their mental polarity, and they're going to change their way, there's really nothing that can compare to that.
Yeah, I can feel that. So we were talking about movies before, saying now if your life was made into a movie, which actor will play you?
Before I went into the hospital, a lot of people said that I looked like James Dean. Mm-hmm. And so it would be nice for all of the movie adventures of what I was like back when I was a jerk. Resurrecting James Dean would be great. However, when I came out of the hospital, my face had been changed a bit. I no longer look like that. And then people were saying that I looked more like Ray Liotta.
Okay. I didn't know that actor. You have which movies?
Gangster movies predominantly.
Okay.
Look like either Ray Liotta or Jonathan Rhys Meyers. That's what somebody else said.
Okay. And do you have a name, maybe, for your movie?
Well, the movie of my life, Memoirs of a Swine. Because I'm writing, it started out as one book, yeah. Memoirs of a Swine. But the book grew so large that it became a trilogy, and now it's a trilogy of 6. Because people are writing to me and saying, okay, we want more.
So, yeah, that's like actually the private question.
Okay.
What's your favorite sex position and why?
Okay. This is something that I think everybody should know.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, because every man is different, and especially with the incredible popularity of porn now, a lot of women have been overexposed to gigantic things. So what about the smaller guy? There's just no way that he can possibly satisfy her. Not true. If you do the scissor position, which is where the man is upright and the woman lies on her back, but twists her pelvis and opens her legs like that. So she's still looking up at the ceiling, but her body is facing one side, and she opens her legs as a scissor. It will sound uncomfortable at first, and you go, but that's no good. Why would you want to lie like that? And you're like, just wait. The look on her face is priceless.
Important question, the last question. What will be your next project?
Okay, I'm actually working on 3 books right now at the same time, and I've done this before. And this is not something where you say, well, you're obviously sacrificing quality. If you want to see whether I sacrificed quality by writing 3 at the same time, you can judge me by reading Just Plain Trouble, Navarre, and This Little Piggy, and see.
Get it in the link below.
Okay, thank you. And see, yeah, he definitely sacrificed quality there. No, they're all 3 very popular. So, one book that I'm writing right now is called A Brothel on Hibiscus Lane.
Okay.
And it's about Lake Atitlan, the beautiful lake here in San Marcos. There isn't really a place like this, the brothel, but what it is a hostel with a bar and a great very popular nightlife that one character mistakes for a brothel. And she makes a lot of mistakes during the course of this book. And she assumes that all of these rooms are for women to take men. And so she thinks, oh my God, this is the most bohemian place to hang out, because what could be better? Because there's really no Starbucks at the lake. And so these people that want to go and find a place to just look at their phones and take advantage of the Wi-Fi. Several of these characters are what I call slashers. Okay. He is a conflict photographer / bartender. This girl over here, I'm an actress / waitress. Yeah. So what he does, and these are all of these are based on people that I've really met.
Okay. So like it's a trilogy.
No, this is just going to be one standalone book. The other book is going to is part 5 of a 6-part series, and it's about a chef who has been catering orgies for the affluent. Yeah, because there is this very large subculture of wealthy people who get together at swing parties and swap partners, and they're catered, and they don't eat chicken wings. So they hire a guy like this to handle it, somebody that can be discreet. And this is all based on things that I have researched, that in almost all of my books, I try to raise awareness for something awful that's going on right underneath everybody's nose. Mm-hmm. And in this case, it's when politicians especially, but people in positions of power rent orphans.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't imagine for what.
And I'm writing the book about it in the way that it's fiction. All of my books are fiction, but not so much. So that's what I'm working on now. And then the other one, but this video is going to go on too long if I tell you about that.
So, thank you so much for having me.
It was my pleasure, Anika.
Nice meeting you.
The pleasure was mine.
And yeah, look up the books, look up the restaurant. If you ever come to Antigua, check it out. And see you on the next video.
The restaurant is called Sobremesa.
Yeah, that's like.
And you can find me on Amazon at Alexander Ferrar. Thank you very much.
Oh wow,
There you
that's like
go.
a cool one. Like
I'm not
mine
even
is
gonna write
like
my name.
mine is like so fast and like.
I want people to know what it said.
I'm so excited.
I hope you like it. It's got a little bit of porn in there.
That I will totally like it.
Just a little.